Hey, I thought I would do a pretty rare for me. So I don't really always feel 100% comfortable getting in front of the camera and doing a vlog style thing like this. But I thought today would be a great day to do it because I've got a lot going on. It's a Saturday using my new GoPro Hero 9. And obviously the lighting isn't that great. But it's a Saturday. It's about almost 9 a.m. And I've got a bunch of projects going on today. I'm here at the studio, which I think, maybe if you follow us on Instagram, you've seen it before. But we've got a couple changes that we've recently made. We have our new setup for the Eat Local New York podcast. I sit there and the guests sit there. We have our new setup, even though it's got a bunch of stuff on it right now, for our new show that's coming out soon called Hoagies Heroes, hence Zach's laptop. So kind of a small space, but we've got everything here. Those of you that didn't know, we started a coffee company this year, and so we've got some of our coffee stuff here. But anyways, busy day today. I've got my friend Kristen coming at 9 a.m. here to the studio, and Kristen's running for city council, so I'm going to be helping her in making some videos this morning. And then I'm off to the Salt City Market. I was invited there today, I'm sure with a bunch of other people, to go take a tour and a walk through. They're not open yet. They're opening, I believe, at the end of this month, but to take a tour and take some pictures of the space. That's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be serving coffee from Salt City Coffee and I believe cupcakes from the Cake Bar. From there, I head over to 317 at Montgomery Street, and I'm recording a podcast with them today at noon, which I'm really excited for because I'm also going to be interviewing Saul, who Saul is I believe the owner and beer maker at Griffin Hill Brewery, which is my favorite beer here in Syracuse. And then finally from there, I head over to Baldwinsville to Tassone's Wine Garden, where I'm going to be recording another episode of their show that they put out called Wine Tasting with Mary. So it's a pretty busy day. Then I go home and I edit all that stuff down. So like I said, pretty busy day, but I'm really looking forward to it. And here's kind of a rare glimpse where you're going to get to see everything that I do in a day, or at least on a Saturday. All right, so now I am here at the studio, back at the studio at the Delavan Center. And we are getting ready to record some videos for my friend Kristen, who's running for city council this year.
District 5.
District 5. We're here upstairs in this empty space, getting ready to do our stuff. Sony A7 III, Sony A7S III. We're ready to rock it. All right, we just finished recording with Kristen, remember? Kristen for Council, June 22nd.
June 22nd, KristenForCouncil.com.
District 5.
Yeah.
And we were in this awesome empty space here at the Delavan Studios. Next up, we're going to the Salt City Market for a special walkthrough. Well, now I'm walking into the Salt City Market for this special tour. Been here a few times because of my job, but they invited me out to take a walk through, and I believe everything's set up today, so we'll see what it looks like. Hey Don, how's it going?
going? Well, here it is, the Salt City Market. I think it's a pretty amazing space, and I'm really excited that something like this exists in Syracuse. And they're supposed to be opening up here at the end of the month. So I'm here today. They got invited to do a walkthrough, and a bunch of other News Channel 5 and Syracuse.com is here to do some interviews, a bunch of other media people. So I think it's just really amazing that Syracuse is going to have such an amazing space like this that exists right in downtown. Especially an opportunity to have all these entrepreneurs that can have a business that in such an amazing location that maybe otherwise they wouldn't have had the opportunity to. So it's really impressive, really proud of the city that we can have something like this here. Well, there it is, just a quick walkthrough of the Salt City Market. I've been able to be down here a couple times already because I work for Gerhar's Equipment, and Gerhar's did all the design work, like the kitchen design for the vendors, and also we supplied all the equipment. So I was able to get a couple sneak peeks already, but it's cool to see all the chairs and stuff set up. I haven't seen that yet, and yeah, like I said, I'm just thrilled as somebody who lives here in Syracuse to know that not only do we have such a amazing organization like the Allen Foundation that is providing the funding for all this and the idea for all this, people like Adam and Martin who have done so much for this project, but also I'm just really proud to live here knowing that this project exists, that all these entrepreneurs exist making this amazing food, that they're all coming together to work together to have the Salt City Market that's going to exist in Syracuse. I think it's awesome. So they open next week. Make sure you get down here and check them out. I know places like Firecracker Kitchen, Sarah, they're going to be on the Eat Local card, so that's awesome. I've had a lot of these entrepreneurs on the podcast already. We're talking about getting maybe 3 of them together at a time. We're talking about having Ewing and Sarah and Yauk all on the same podcast together. So just really looking forward to everything that's going on down here, and doing our best to introduce all of you more so to the people that are putting it together and their stories. And yeah, so if you want to learn more about the individuals that are involved in the Salt City Market, a lot of them, you can go check out our podcast, the Eat Local New York podcast. I've had Adam, Dreamer, Sarah, Yauk, and Ewing all on the podcast, and we're gonna have more of them on in the future. So, but you can go check out those old episodes and listen to hear and learn more about their story. All right, next I'm heading over. Actually, I've got a lot of time between now, not that much time. Got about 40 minutes before I have to be at 317 Montgomery Street to record that podcast, but that's where I'm heading next. All right, so I'm out here outside at 317 Montgomery Street, getting ready to walk in with my big tote of stuff. to record a new podcast. It's going to be pretty fun. All right, recording a podcast here at 317.
Looking at you.
Super risky behavior.
Say so.
All right, just had a great podcast at 317 at Montgomery Street with Saul and from Griffin Hill and Cassie from Cassie's Confections, I believe. Great podcast, drink a lot of good beer. And now I'm running late, so I gotta get in the car and bolt out to Baldwinsville to go to Tissone's. I'm currently driving to Tissone's. I'm just around the corner. And yes, this is hands-free, so don't worry. It's been a very busy day, and I like busy days. Sometimes I really struggle with my scheduling, and I schedule too much stuff too close together. So I'm running about 5 minutes late for my video at Tissone's. I encounter so many different people in this industry, and some of them are constantly early, some of them are constantly late. I try to be the person that's constantly early, so I do feel bad about being here 5 minutes late, but I'm just pulling in, and we're filming Wine Tasting with Mary, an idea I had about a year and a half ago in order to get some good content for Tissone's here on their social media. I handle their marketing, and it's just been such a great experience to work with such an established restaurant here in Central New York. So do me a favor, come out and have dinner at Tissone's and go support a local restaurant. I'm here now, so we go inside. I'll show you the setup once we get all set.
Our baby shower. I was like, wow, they are not social distancing. It's just not happening. And if you're social distancing and you still got pregnant, all I have to say, I'm single, and does he have a brother?
Oh, no, I'll make sure.
Come on down to Tissone's, people.
All right, well, there it is. Just finished the video shoot down at Tissone's. I handle their social media marketing, Facebook and Instagram, and part of that is we create the Wine Tasting with Mary show. But that is, I would say that's always a typical day, typical Saturday for me here with Eat Local. The projects like the video for Kristen, my friend who's running for Common Council, the On Location podcast at 317. That's not always typical to do that stuff, but I would say pretty much every Saturday I've got a some sort of a video that I'm doing here at Tissone's. Maybe every other Saturday. Usually doing podcasts at the studio on Saturdays for Eat Local, and just trying to stay busy. Recently I've been trying not to do a whole heck of a lot on weekday nights unless it's kind of late at night, just because I want to be able to do the business, but also I want to be able to spend time with my wife. And Sundays are my days at home, and so Saturdays during the day I try to do as much as I can. But yeah, one thing that I'm gonna start doing more so in 2021, even though I work a full-time job and I own this business and I'm trying to build that and run it, so one day I don't have to work a full-time job on top of this. But one thing I'm changing about 2021 is that I've prioritized the things in my life and their importance. And first thing is spiritual relationship I have. Second thing is my relationship with my wife. And honestly, down number like 6, 7, 8 on the list is this business. So I'm just trying to prioritize and not give too much time and too much energy to things that at the end of the day don't really matter that much. As much as I love Eat Local New York, I love promoting local restaurants, and as much as I want to be able to do this full time one day and not have to work so many hours a week, the reality is that this isn't very important in the grand scheme of life, in a relationship with my wife and friends and family and spiritual relationship and making sure I'm healthy. All of those things are far more important. So with that being said, not every Saturday in 2021 is going to look like today. Today was kind of a unique Saturday. So that's it. Thank you so much for following around. I hope you enjoy this. I'm probably going to do these more so in 2021, these vlogs, just because I have this GoPro 9 that I just picked up. I actually just bought a second one, and it's easier for me to put out content like this with a small setup that's easy to use than it is to pull out my big heavy cameras and set those up and have to adjust so much. So we'll probably be seeing more vlogs like this coming out in 2021. All right, thank you so much. Don't forget, make sure you follow us online and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Eat Local New York. Bye.